Perhaps the strangest gift the wise men brought to Jesus was the gift of myrrh. Like frankincense, myrrh comes from a resin formed from the gum of a small thorny tree or bush that grows in quite dry and stony soil. To produce myrrh, people will cut these trees repeatedly to bleed them of the waxy gum, which quickly hardens, and then it becomes a glossy yellow colour, often with white streaks. Again, like frankincense, it has a very fragrant smell. However, unlike frankincense, it was not used when the sacrifices were offered. Instead, it was used in the embalming of corpses. Myrrh was a gift for a dead man. We actually read about it at the end of the Gospel story, where again there's another reference to strips of cloth being used to bind Jesus. In John 19 it tells us that when Joseph of Arimathea requested Jesus' body from the cross to bury him in his own tomb, he was accompanied by Nicodemus, and that Nicodemus brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 75 pounds. Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it in the spices and in strips of linen. A few years ago, Save the Children had a campaign with the strapline, "No child born to die." And of course we can understand what they're getting at when we look at the terrible plight of some children throughout the world facing famine and war. And yet, in the case of Jesus, he was, in a very real sense, a child born to die. Because this was part of God's plan, that Jesus Christ should come into the world to be the sacrifice for our sin by giving up his life and, of course, by rising again, but through that action to fulfill what else had been prophesied about him, that he was Jesus. He was the one who would save his people from their sins.